First of all, I want to thank Dimitri to the initiative. We need more events like this to create a symbiosis between European intellectuals. This is important today because we need a European alliance against neoliberalist finance domination, against NATO's war and pro-Russia. But an idea for a European alliance must provide an alliance in the information channel, because propaganda is the main geopolitical weapon today. And now I try to explain how. In Italy, I am the editor of foreign policy for one of the major online newspapers with this political editorial line. And Mr. Chiesa is building a television with 4 channels. But this is still a hole in the water. The work of information that all you do in your country is still a hole in the water. You know that the great international finance, the large agglomeration of capital, control the major newspaper, the major television station, which is the mainstream. In Italy, as in other European countries, it's not a mysterious thing. It's simple. Visit the first finance website on internet like EU Finance and write the name of the company, of the newspaper or of the television. You will see who is the shareholder. The same mainstream that tell us every day that Putin is an evil dictator who wants to conquer Ukraine, that Greeks are thieves because they don't want to pay off their debt, that the bombings in the Middle East and in North Africa are the triumph of democracy, the triumph of human rights. This private propaganda lies also against our economic interest, basic interest, material interest, for example, with the sanction against Russia. A completely false and manipulative reality. Is not limited only to tell lies and to political marketing for their candidate. Propaganda is also used to create the so-called color revolution in order to depose the elected government and put in power their puppets. Have you seen what is happening today in the Balkans? The great finance led by George Soros is trying to attempt a color revolution in the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, to dismiss the government of Gruevski and put in power the puppet Zoran Zaev with 3 proposals. Thank you. The first is to block the Russian historical importance project, Turkish Stream, Balkan Stream, the replacement of South Stream. That fully involves the Greece, because this pipeline will bring Russian gas in the heart of Europe through Turkey, Greece, Macedonia, Serbia and Hungary. Greece will bring great fee from this project. The second proposal is to build the Great Albania, with the aim of enslaving all the Balkans to the USA through the union of a great military base of blonde steel, with the great intelligence and diplomatic center of the USA Embassy in Skopje.
In tribute to the 9 churchgoers killed in Charleston this week, 2 flags top.
On all these, our media are silent or tell lies. Manipulative reality. For example, they say that the evil former interior minister, Lady Jankulowska, ordering the police to mistreat the sweet terrorist of Kumanovo. The some terrorist that was ready to come full of weapon to the event of 7th of May in Skopje, to bring the war on the street. The third proposal is also to block the new China's Silky Road, a project that can improve Balkan's economy by linking the Greece-Pireo harbor with Hungary in commerce with the China. But I will not enter in the detail of the fact because it shall become boring. I want to say that the big finance, big speculative fund like BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street Corporation, Capital World Investor control the propaganda through the property of propaganda, of mass media, of press. To build an alternative is first necessary to make an European coordination of all anti-systemic information channel, newspaper, blog, television, internet, website, that are all united by a political editorial line against the systemic propaganda of large agglomeration of capital, against NATO, against supranational institutions like the IMF, and in favor of partnership with Russia. This is the first step. Propaganda is the most powerful weapon, geopolitical weapon today. Just see the Ukraine, how they tell us the Ukrainian fact or the Arab Spring. Another chain to break is the public debt slavery problem. This battle is being fought harder than any other part of the world here in Greece. For all the present, is not a novelty the fact that the debt in the end of big speculative finance is used as also a geopolitical weapon to control the policy of the state. Just remember, in Italy 4 years ago was enough to sell some debt state to increase the interest rate on debt and force to dismiss an elected government and replace it with an officer of Goldman Sachs. It happened. It just happened in Italy. In Greece, it's happening worse. For the great finance institution, Greece must be sold, must be privatized. The public sector and the welfare state also must disappear under the blackmail of the debt. All this for the price of basic human rights. You know better than me because you live here. This is a historical moment. The solution is right on the document of the Truth Commission. I advise you to read this document. This is a historical moment, I just say, because we have two streets. If the IMF, the European Commission, together with the major American hedge fund, will win this battle, they could repeat the Greek script in other country, and this is just happened in a little form. But if Greece win, it would become an example for all African countries and all the Latin American countries and all the West countries submitted to the debt slavery. This was cause a revolution in all over the world. Imagine, this can give a boost to the supranational institution alternative to the Western international financial institution like World Bank or IMF. I'm talking about the BRICS Bank and the Asian Investment Infrastructure Bank. If Greece escapes from the West finance mechanism and join to another alternative world financial mechanism, this, a lot of countries will follow the Greece, and this could be the real evolution. So we can break the second lethal weapon of lethal geopolitical weapon in the end of big finance, the debt problem. If the problem is simple, if a speculative fund control have in his hand a part of a debt of the state, in every moment they can sell this little part of debt. But when they sell this debt, the interest increase, and if they don't like the government of the country, they sell the debt title, the interest increase, and the government cannot do a spending policy. It's a simple mechanism. The first condition to attack the neoliberalist finance is solve this problem. And this is not an abstract problem, because this battle is being fought here in Greece. They are trying to fight this battle. To conclusion, to finish. In my opinion, today is necessary to make an European political alliance the third step. To improve these goals, to push a greater number of citizens and of deputies of a lot of parties, to think and build an alternative to this Europe, to get out of NATO and build agreement with Russia. And dear guest, I'm convinced that there is no more suitable place of Greece, the cradle of democracy, to start this idea. Thank you so much.